Welcome to Non-Canon Underground, where I draw a poster for a movie that doesn't exist and may never. And at the same time, a few nerds will brainstorm the happenings of the movie. I'm Dom, co-creator of LOS Comics, and joining me in the Nerd Writers Room is...
Hi, I'm Rich. I'm a writer. I'm an artist. I'm an editor. I'm a lover, and and I'm a fighter. I like long walks on the beach, and just by myself though. Not that I like being by myself. That's just usually how it lines up. And I'm Asian. Okay.
All right.
Hi, my name is Patrick Hayes, and I'm a writer, and I'm a reader, too.
Hello, I am Alex Washburn. I am a cartoonist, and I am also Asian.
Hello, I'm Catalyst Jost. I am a writer and a podcaster and an editor and a voice actor as well. And I'm an artaholic.
Today, we are doing a movie called Mighty Morphin Storm Troopers. I came up with this back in 2016. In 2015, The Force Awakens was in theaters, and that was a big deal. Star Wars had made a comeback, and there was something in that movie that I thought was awesome, and that was a stormtrooper woke up from the dark side and became a hero. And then 2016, Emperor Palpatine ran for president, and I got 3,000 followers on Instagram, and I had a dream about 6 stormtroopers that became Power Rangers, and I drew that in honor of my 3,000 followers that year. And I've been wanting to do something with it ever since. I've drawn it one more time a couple years ago, but I thought it would be a fun topic for today. I'll give you just the synopsis I've always had. In the Mighty Morphin Storm Troopers, Zordon, an ancient cosmic being, discovers a way to channel the Force through the Morphin Grid, awakening 6 stormtroopers from their dark side indoctrination. Freed from the Empire's control, they abandon their mission for Kylo Ren and heed Zordon's call. Donning powerful armor infused with Morphin energy, as the Mighty Morphin Storm Troopers, they harness their newfound abilities to defy the Empire, facing off against Sith forces, Imperial legions, and their former comrades in an explosive battle for redemption. With lightsabers in one hand and blasters in the other, they fight to bring balance to the galaxy, one morph at a time. Morphin time.
Oh, that's excellent.
Genius.
Can I redo my intro? I think just because I'm a writer and I didn't say I read, I think that's that's not a good thing.
So Patrick just became our sound guy for this whole endeavor.
Yeah, these little cluck.
Exactly.
All right, Rich, you're getting out of hand here. But no, yes, this idea is fucking genius. That is a solid movie, right?
I just wanted to are the Power Rangers now they're the Stormtroopers, are they going to be able to fire guns and actually hit anything?
Absolutely.
Yes, because with the power, this makes them different than a normal ass stormtrooper.
I'm thinking about the development of this. What kind of are they going to have vehicles? Are they going to have Empire type vehicles? And are they still going to be able to form Voltron?
Oh man, yeah. What would their Zords be? That's crazy.
I mean, you could have a walker.
How does this movie start then?
I would think that it starts with Kylo Ren or Rita Ren Pulsa, whatever, and they're probably just on their way to a Empire-controlled planet, right?
First Order.
While at the same time, Zordon is doing something to wake everyone up while they're in the ship on their way there.
Why are things happening?
I know this is springing it forward a little bit, but I feel like the final battle should take place on Mustafar, the volcano planet there.
He goes back to it in 9. He goes back to Mustafar. It looks more ashy now, but he goes back to Mustafar in 9.
Okay.
But what would the First Order be doing? Because your thought is Zordon just awakens out of nowhere and figures, let me just help them, or is he chasing after something that made it to this part of the galaxy?
I think it should be a quest for the Zords. Each Zord is on a different, and Mustafar, that's where it's some kind of some kind of Zord that can come out of the lava. So you can have Hoth, you can have any planet you want.
Listening to you say that just made me think each of the Power Rangers, they're all based on animals. They shout things. They're saber-tooth tiger. In this universe, they'd be Rancor.
Exactly.
Yes.
Awesome.
Do the characters have Star Wars-y names?
Because they have numbers. They're First Order Stormtroopers. They have numbers. Because in the First Order, they're not regular people. They grab these with people and their kids. So they all have numbers, no names.
Well, the person who has the Millennium Falcon, he can name himself Falcon, and you can have Snake Eyes, Roadblock. The water ones could be Shipwreck.
How did Finn get his name again? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, FN 2187. He go and Poe's like FN what? How about Finn? Because fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so what animal would each ranger be? Like, you think Red Ranger would be Rancor? Red Rancor?
Someone has
Red
to be
Rancor.
a Rancor.
Oh, Red Rancor sells toys. Let's think business.
I want a Tauntaun.
Oh yes. What color is that?
Blue?
Blue Tauntaun. Oh,
Blue Tauntaun.
the telepathy is genius.
So what is the cute critter that's on Luke's island?
Porgs.
Porgs. Who would be a porg? We've got
Yellow porg.
yellow
Giant
porg.
porg?
Oh, they basically are yellow.
Yeah, the yellow brown.
Oh, so it would be just a giant porg robot?
Maybe the porg would probably be the head that goes on top. Who knows?
Oh, that's fucking
Yeah.
What if these mechs are like old Jedi Sith, like ancient technology things? Need the Force to activate them.
Oh, and so that's the hunt, right? The First Order is hunting for all the things that the Empire had to use to control, and Zordon is hunting for these things because he knows they're Zords.
That is interesting. How about this? Like somebody with the Force has to activate, like you said, but it's not just you. It doesn't sense you having the Force. It means it's a technical thing. Like, you know how you have to open those big blast doors, you have to have synchronized keys and shit like that. You have to like 3 people synchronizing the keys at the same time, and then it opens the door. But how about this? Like when you're sitting down, in order to operate the machine, you need to be able to use the Force in order to simultaneously activate different triggers in the machine itself. So that's how they ensure that it has to be someone with the Force.
So what are we saying about the Force and the grid and how it's interacting?
Yeah, that's something I haven't really thought about, but I would assume, like, because there's different Force wielders. We learned that after watching like Ahsoka and stuff like that. It's not just Sith and Jedi. So maybe Zordon is part of a group of people, and they created the Morphin Grid, which is powered by the Force.
Yeah, the Force is, well, everything. It's not owned by anybody at all.
As is the grid. The grid is just the same thing, really.
I got a great idea. How about Zordon is actually like he actually is a big, like, he has a solid body. You just don't see him because he's like a mirage in the thing. But when he can actually exit the machine if he has to, and Alpha 5 is actually his lightsaber, and so he picks up Alpha 5 when he has to battle something like huge in the universe, and he goes out there, and Alpha 5 is like ay, and just like, and he just like starts hacking people with Alpha 5.
I like the idea of Alpha being a weapon.
I like the idea of Alpha coming with Zordon, Alpha's consciousness taking over one of the droids. They would have a droid would assist them in some way. They're not part of the team, but assist them like a C-3PO, but a droid that's useful.
Maybe Alpha 5 is his armor. Like he when he comes out, like Alpha 5 just kind of like jumps on top.
Damn. Does Zordon in person defeat Zordon? The purpose of Zordon? If he's in flesh, then why do I even care if he's Zordon? Because he should be a Force ghost. If he accesses this world, then he should be a Force ghost.
Maybe Zordon as a Force ghost is the only power source that can activate the Alpha 5 armor.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good.
I'm really liking Zordon as a Force ghost. That's awesome.
Wait. Do we finish coloring these Rangers?
You mean with the animals?
Yeah.
No, we still have black and pink.
Wookiee.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's not an animal to me.
What if one of the Stormtroopers is a Wookiee?
I mean, they made a Jedi a Wookiee. Why not?
In The Force Awakens, they're done being clones at that point, right?
They're taken from families, and that's what happens in 9 when Lando's talking to that young girl that they were taken. These kids are taken like the Jedi did. They take young people and train them from I think like 5 or 10 years old.
So that could totally happen. Yeah.
That's why I like the idea of these. Of course, they have angst. The Force awakened in them. They don't want to be here. They don't know who their family is. They don't know where they come from. They don't have real names. So for them to go on this journey, find who they are and find their names, just based on that alone, that's fucking great series for a set of Rangers.
Yeah, you guys have. Depending on if it's a TV show or a movie, you always have side plots of them wondering where they came from, who their family was, and what their origins are. You could even have them like at the end of the movie or show, whatever the case is, separate to go look for their own identity.
True, absolutely. And then like Anakin, some of them find out that their family's probably wiped out by then and try not to go to the dark side.
Who's the bad guy in this? Is Rita Repulsa or Lord Zed the Emperor, or they teamed up?
Well, so far it's Kylo Ren, but we haven't got there yet. We're still trying to think of two more animals.
What do you think of Black Crate Dragon? If it's too much on the tongue, I don't know if it's too much on the tongue.
And does it sound better than Pink Crate Dragon?
Ooh, Black Crate Dragon, Pink Crate Dragon. Go Black Crate Dragon.
Oh, how about a Sarlacc?
Sarlacc.
Pink Sarlacc. Oh, wait. Well, Pink Sarlacc's a little on the nose.
I like it being on the nose.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I love the Sarlacc pit as an idea, but Pink Sarlacc might sound sexual.
It sounds a little. It might look. Imagine a Pink Sarlacc pit. Yeah.
No, we'll just
version.
We won't. Well, all right, we won't make it the crotch.
Craziness.
We'll put it in the chest or something like that, or it could be the head. The Sarlacc pit could be the head.
Oh my, yeah.
It's a Disney movie.
If it's a fucking on a Zord, the Sarlacc pit is definitely going to be one of the openings. I mean, it does have teeth, so naturally you'd think mouth, but like for some reason it just feels so much more right for a Sarlacc pit to be like an ass or something.
How about a Vulpix?
Well,
maybe it can be pink because red salt and white salt combined together creates pink, right?
That's valid.
Pink Vulpix. Oh man.
The only other animal I can think of is a Womp Rat, but no one wants to be that.
What are those mammoth things that the sand people ride?
Banthas.
A Black Bantha?
Yeah,
Black Bantha is ridiculous. Let me stop.
That sounds awesome.
This character needs to drink blue milk. Then that has to be like their thing.
Oh my! Well, wait, I can't. Yeah. Oh man, constantly with the blue milk on the side. Weird character too. Fucking constantly chugging. Oh, personality right there. Personality right there. Once that person discovers blue milk is, a stormtrooper is only fed, again. They're only fed paste. They're fed like a little paste, and that's it. And they're not allowed to like talk to each other too much. Like,
yeah. All joking aside, I think C-3PO and R2-D2 should be friends with Alpha 5. You know, they seem very similar in a lot of ways, and
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. Somehow they got to meet.
if they're gonna be fighting against the First Order, and the rebellion hears about a team of stormtroopers fighting against their First Order, Leia's gonna want to know. Leia's like, who are these these people? Come on now. So meeting Leia, C-3PO, and R2 is an absolute.
yeah,
that's absolute
I can even see C-3PO going to Leia and saying like, R2 has been in communication with an Alpha 5, and
yeah.
Genius.
Okay. Because one of the things about a Star Wars movie is that it starts with a ship and it starts with a droid.
Yeah, maybe Alpha is sending a signal out to C-3PO and R2-D2, not warning them, but like informing them that Zordon is about to be messing with the grid. But why would they need to be prepared for that? Why would they need to be prepared for 5 troopers to be?
Yeah, no. When Alpha 5 lands, and he puts out that signal. The rebellion and the First Order, the Resistance and the First Order both get this signal, and they wonder what the hell it is. And someone sent on a mission to go find this mysterious signal show up on his planet. And then of course General Hux and his fucking goons, they find it too. You guys, you gotta follow Alpha and Zordon for a second. Cut to those stormtroopers, and then come back to when Zordon activates these motherfuckers. He's just called the grid, like the Force. Like for some reason it works here. For some reason he can manipulate the Force.
I like that. I really like that. That's a good development, I think.
And I also feel like as soon as they snap out of the dark side, you know, Kylo, the Sith are a much different kind of enemy than Power Rangers usually fight. So Kylo's going to know right away. He's just going to be able to feel that shit. They're going to have to fight a villain, their first like mini boss, real quick.
Definitely troopers. All that. If there's putties in this movie, then they're just stormtroopers. Now you get a chance to create different people who work for the First Order. That's got to be just the tip of the iceberg about who they had under their tutelage.
Now, do we like Kylo Ren or Ren Pulsa? Because Ren Pulsa would easily send Darth Goldar or someone to bring some putty troopers.
I mean, Goldar could be just a regular old bounty hunter. You know, there's so many bounty hunters out there. Man.
He's the Goldarlorian.
I assume their giant robot will have a giant lightsaber.
That is a very good
Zords have a main
point.
weapon, of course. Zords have a main weapon. You can't just.
Okay, now that is where it makes sense for Alpha to be a lightsaber. When a fucking Zord picks up Alpha, that's the right size.
Oh, and he's transformed into a. That's crazy.
They're gonna need a giant kyber crystal for that.
There's already a kyber crystal inside. Inside Alpha is the original kyber crystal that, like a giant kyber crystal that people have just been chipping pieces off of, and Zordon just like used it to put it in Alpha 5, but he utilized it in a different way. It kind of like energizes his electronics so that he, you know, like he never needs a recharge or whatever like that. He's just like eternal robot.
Ooh, yeah. Oh man, there's some stuff changing here. What if like Ren Pulsa is been on a hunt looking for Alpha 5 because the last of the crystal is in Alpha, and Zordon's mission has been to like kind of hide Alpha for all these years, but he's getting old and he's dying, and he's the last of his Rangers, which is why he would have to send a signal out to C-3PO and R2-D2 to let them know that there's 5 new people are about to wake up.
Yes.
Because then if that happens, Kylo Ren will sense it and know exactly where it is, and we'll have to send people to retrieve Alpha.
Going on, and the Zord, the fully formed Zord, is losing its battle against whatever, you know, beast it's fighting, and it needs Alpha 5 for its lightsaber. The Alpha 5 is either captured by bounty hunters and they have to get him back. So that's an important aspect of the end of the movie, is to get Alpha 5 to the Zord. You can even have a Boba Fett type capture Alpha 5 and puts them in carbonite.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, like one of the Rangers should be someone who is like a Mandalorian or something like that. Am I wrong?
Oh no, that's great. That's exactly.
No. Now, would that happen? Would that happen in the first movie, or would that happen in the second one when they all have to go back and find their families now that they're awake, and then they regroup? And some of them have dead families. They're fighting the dark side. Some of them have become bounty hunters because they've given up on whatever. I don't know, or maybe they're bounty hunters because they're spies for the Emperor, or spying on the Emperor.
That should definitely be the third movie, I think, because this is Star Wars and it has to be a trilogy. Yeah, that's just the theme of everything. Throughout the whole second one, it doesn't have a lightsaber, and it's trying to. It's like Alpha 5 is Han Solo. They have to rescue Alpha 5 in the third one and return the Power Rangers and get Alpha 5 back to the Zord to be the lightsaber again.
Yes. Alpha's like, I love you, Zordon. I know.
Yeah. Grow for me, Alpha 5.
Grow for me, Alpha 5. What are these guys' names? What are these guys' numbers? So is FN 2187. That's Finn. So who's
okay? So like, let's say hypothetically we do a play on the original Rangers.
Billy.
So Billy, what like BY or BLY?
What was his last name?
Billy Cranston.
Billy Cranston. Oh, Cranston with the glasses too. For red. If everyone's keeping their color, then for red, JS and then a number, right?
Heck yeah.
And KH. Okay.
Or 5. The S could look like a 5. It could be like, remember we used to beat people and we have to make the numbers look like letters.
So J5. So Johnny 5.
Yes. I knew you would get it.
Oh my God, Alpha would short circuit at that joke.
Yeah. Oh my. You know, you gotta go.
Who's gonna be Bulk and Skull?
Yes.
But maybe since Bulk and Skull are the comic relief, maybe they get picked up and they're like there at Zordon's station and they're with the C-3PO and R2-D2 and they're just like doing something and hanging out. I mean, we have to put them in somehow.
That's true. There could be more than one comic reliefs. I mean, there was R2-D2, C-3PO, and Jar Jar all in the same movie.
Oh, they can hang out with Jar Jar, and even they get tired of him and they try to like.
I was gonna say, I think like Bulk and Skull, if you take that 90s kid humor, like they would be so annoying that even Jar Jar would be like, oh boy.
Yes, like, oh, Miso hates you guys.
Random House Audio presents Star Wars, Darth Plagueis by James Lucino. Read for you by Daniel Davis. Prologue. A tremor took hold of the planet. Sprung from death, it unleashed itself in a powerful wave. At once...
I'm not opposed to Bill Burr playing somebody.
Well, Bill Burr playing Zordon, you mean?
Absolutely. Why not? Like, I mean,
like he would be self-aware. It's like, what the fuck am I doing in this jar?
You know what joke I could see Bill Burr saying is like literally in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie when Ivan Ooze meets the gang and they're like, we're the Power Rangers, and he's like, yeehaw, where's my autograph book? I could feel like Bill Burr would be Ivan Ooze.
No. Forget what I said. Bill Burr is the villain.
Hell yeah. Because they'd be like, we're the Mighty Morphin Storm Troopers. He'd be like, good for you. Good for fucking you. You know?
Good for you,
yeah. We got these dudes. I put some numbers. I put fucking JS2603, BC226, fucking TK1636, blah, blah, blah. This, that.
I was just going to say, we still need to know what the first villain that Kylo sends. That we're still at the beginning of the movie. They become the power. Kylo senses that, and he sends the first bounty hunter or villain to check on that disturbance in the Force.
I was going to say that, like, since this is the first of the trilogy, like, the big bad has to be piloting some sort of mech or Zord or whatever, as like a big ass planet, like almost similar to Unicron.
You know, Unicron is actually not a bad idea.
Well, I think with the first installment, it should be like some kind of planetoid, like a sphere and whatnot. And the final act of the trilogy, it should change into a Unicron big ass robot.
Sure.
So in this case, I definitely think the pilot of the ship should be Goldar, because he has a race all on his own, and it's like if he doesn't do this, then Ren Pulso will like kill his people or something.
Yeah, good way to get that planet in there and out of there, so it's not like, you know, it's some way. Oh shit, fight. He's the last one. Fucking yeah. So Star Killer, Star Eater, the two twin planets that they made, First Order. He has to send Kylo Ren and Snoke, all of them. Like the First Order has to send these people to fight these Rangers. Like first one being like an elite trooper, the second one being like a creature or something that they've had. I think the third and the big final boss before they have to fight like Kylo Ren, whatever, or the alternate final boss is I can never let this go, man. There's a magazine for Star Wars Last Jedi, put out by Star Wars Magazine, that when I got this for the movie, and they said that in bold lettering, they wrote in bold lettering, Snoke has Kylo Ren and at least one other apprentice. And they wrote that in a Star Wars magazine from Lucasfilm and put that out and sold it to me, and I bought it.
Maybe
Yeah.
look, we're looking at Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed as leaders in their field. But what happens if they're just part of something bigger? Like, what happens if Zed is a Sith Lord? You know what I mean? Look, he's red.
Now, I don't know if this is trying too hard, but like for at the end of the movie when you need a Green Ranger, like so when they defeat Goldar, he's the last of his people, and they defeat him pretty bad, and like maybe Ren Pulsa has to like she needs a body to channel the Morphin Grid force whatever energy into a body, and they take Goldar's dead body, reanimate him, and make him like a Green Ranger type, and then the Rangers have to be like, you're being used, and then at the end of the second movie he wakes up and becomes the Sixth Ranger. Is that ridiculous?
No, well, no,
No.
I actually have something to add to that too. Like, do you know what happens to metal when it's electrified?
Same thing that happens to everything else.
Same thing as everything else. like, so if you stick a knife into an outlet, it changes colors, and one of the colors is green. So I'm guessing that if Goldar gets like electrocuted in the Star Eater or whatever like that, and his armor could actually turn into the color green. And so that he could be the Green Ranger in that way.
What if like there's a scene where all 5 of them have to go to like one of those dark side caves and they have to like mentally become one or something, and that's what forms their robot.
Oh, that's
Yeah, right. You got to keep the mythology in there. It can't just be a zoom fest. We got to remember it's Star Wars here.
So so this reminds me that we need like some a reason for them to because they have to prove that they're not a very good team, and then they have to find a way to become a good team. So like in their first battle with Goldar, you know, they're beating off the putty troopers pretty well, but Goldar keeps kicking their butt, and Ren, Pulsa, and Goldar are just having like way too much fun, and they're like, now let's really like torture them, and like maybe one of the troopers come from a planet that's like right nearby, and so like Ren Pulsa sends Goldar to go destroy that planet with the Death Star Zord that they got. And so the Rangers have to really come together right now, and so they get their Zords, and because there has to be a starship type scene in Star Wars, so this is where they fly around and they have to like.
Now, Dom, can you repeat that entire paragraph again?
They're beating off the putty troopers pretty well.
They're beating off the putties, and they're having fun. They're having a good time.
All right, for the last time, they're blowing Goldar.
Happy National Laugh, Lay You Laugh Day, by the way.
Yeah.
They're beating off the putties. What are we making here? What are we making here?
We're making a putty comedy.
That is what I'm trying to answer right now.
A putty cop movie.
I thought we were putty cop movie, genius.
Did Rich peace out?
No, he's here.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, the Hoobla doomed.
It was Catalyst Joust.
He just wanted to tell his putty joke and just leave.
Oh, he's like, that's the perfect time I'm out of here. You beat off putties, I'm out.
I know a phone dying when I hear it.
You know, it's funny. When we were talking about doing this, I actually thought for a second that you said Mighty Morphin Starship Troopers, and I was actually thinking that like I had this whole thing planned, like Paul Verhoeven. We would get Paul Verhoeven back to direct a really dark Power Rangers and Starship Troopers, kind of like do you remember Adi Shankar's Power Rangers and how dark that was on the internet?
Yeah, I think it was called Bootleg Rangers.
yeah, Bootleg Rangers. But that was like actually really, really cool. And so Paul Verhoeven, you know, like dipping his fingers into something like this. I mean, Neil Patrick Harris in Starship Troopers would have been just like the perfect villain. I mean, he was communicating with the Bug Army, and like he was controlling them. Like even in the beginning of the movie, he was sicking animals on his parents, on his mom, and so like it's in him to and he started to rationalize sacrificing lives. So it looked like a natural step for him to turn evil. And so like yeah, that whole thing, I was thinking that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers mixed with Starship Troopers and all that stuff. So I thought that was cool, but so that's how I went with that.